This is the first estate, and this lesson centers on scattered four corners of the earth in America. Strong's Concordance. This book contains a definition of every word in the King James Bible. Word is Jew. Print off from the Blue Letter Bible online. Book of John, chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. So, Jew, or Judah, means praise, son of Jacob by Leah. Now, this indicates that all 12 tribes are known as Jews, or Judah. They maintain their tribal names and blessings, but they are all one race, Black Americans. Book of Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. So, here we have the word pavement. Now, here, paved with stone sounds familiar because America is supposedly paved with gold, and it is the children of Israel. Anyway, Book of John, chapter 19, verse 13. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he brought Jesus forth and sat down in that judgment seat in a place that is called the pavement, but in the Hebrew, the Batha. Okay? So, sat down in a place that is called the pavement. Okay? A mosaic or tessellated pavement. See the word tessellated right there? So, as we zoom in here, pavement, once again, live coal. Okay? Now, you see a tessellated pavement. Okay? That word tessellated. See, we have the word tessellated. Okay? Now, as you can see, number 4, in reference to four corners. See? So, over here we have the word tessers. Okay? That's very important. Tessers. Okay? Now, in the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nation, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Okay? So, four corners of the earth. Remember that? Four in reference to four corners. So, we're going to concentrate on this word, break it into syllables. Tess-er. Okay? So, this is already Tes, right? Tess-er. Okay? So, here we go. Now we see the word four once again, and we see Tess-ers. Okay? Now, let's see. So, in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So from one end of heaven to the other. So, once again, we're going to break this word into syllables. So it's going to be T-E-S, then we're going to go A-R-E-S. So, here we go. S, right? All right, so let's zoom in, give you a look. See? Now, as you can see, exoplane test launch on April 18, 2018 aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. Now, this is obviously America, right? So the word test, right? But anyway, we're going to go to the book of Matthew, chapter 27, verses 62 through 66. Now, the next day that followed the day of preparation, the chief priests and Pharisees came together unto Pilate, saying, Sir, we remember that deceiver said while he was yet alive, after 3 days I will rise again. Command, therefore, that the sepulchre be made sure until the third day. lest his disciples come by night and steal him away, and say unto the people, He is risen from the dead, so the last era shall be worse than the first. Pilate said unto them, Ye have a watch. Go your way, make it as sure as ye can. So they went and made the sepulchre sure, sealing the stone and setting a watch. So he shall rise again on the third day. So that's what a rocket does. See, space rocket. Okay. Falcon Rocket 9, a rocket rises, right? So he shall rise again on the third day. See? Remember, tests, airs. So brings us here to that word, A-R-E-S, tests, ares. Now, you see the word Mars. Zoom in right there. Mars. All right? So here we have Mars. Now, look closely. Entrance of the U.S. Capitol building. Pagan god Mars. So, when Pilate brought Jesus forth, he was sitting in America in the judgment seat, right? That's where he was, judging Jesus in his own homeland. So in the book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 22, then Paul stood in the midst of Mars' hill and said, Ye men of Athens, I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious. Okay? For as I passed by and beheld your devotions, I found an altar with this inscription, To the unknown God, whom therefore ye ignorantly worship, him declare I unto you. Okay? So, he's declaring to them Mars. Okay? Now, Mars is Jesus. This is the unknown God that Paul was speaking of. Okay? And like I said, Pilate was judging Jesus in his own home. See the word name, Jesus, right here. My Lord. Okay? So, anyway, it's been the first state with another lesson. I will see you in the next one.